Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale, and boy, am I excited for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching, and this one's going to be starring none other than Tobi Spirithawk, one of the top and one of my favorite German players, YouTubers, and streamers. Be sure to check out his information in the description below. But he's unlocked the Night Witch, and he's been absolutely dominating 3-crown victory after 3-crown victory after 3-crown victory using this deck. And the best part about this deck is it's unique, it's different, it's not something that we've seen in the game really ever, because it's relying heavily on 2 cards that are definitely not inside the current meta. That is the Mirror and the Heal spell. So could we be looking at the newest meta killer deck? I don't know, time will tell. Too early, certainly, but the early indicators are that this deck is absolutely incredible. Now, the thing is, you have your main win condition in the Giant, but the way you play this deck is going to be unique, and I'm going to share the tips that Tobi gave me with you guys to help you have success with the deck after you've unlocked the Night Witch. So, what you want to do in the first 2 minutes of this deck strategy is basically cycle and or mirror pumps. It's all about getting a huge elixir advantage, and you can see Tobi right now. Now, that's easier said than done, according to Tobi. Tobi said the most difficult thing inside this deck is, I mean, getting the 3-crown is relatively easy. After you've built up that elixir advantage, cashing in double elixir time, which is what you're going to be doing, is relatively easy. The trick is the first 2 minutes of the match, pumping up as much as possible, mirroring your pump as much as possible, and still defending pretty well. So it's important that you're concentrating on 2 things: defending and pumping in the first 2 minutes. This is not an offensive deck in the first 2 minutes. If you get incidental offensive damage, of course that's a good thing, as Tobi's doing on the screen right now, but you can see Tobi is set up for absolute domination right now, and poor Mustang doesn't even know it's coming. So 3 pumps on the board, and then we're into double elixir time. We're dropping off that Giant behind the tower, and here it comes. It is going to be Night Witch City population 2 right now, and the trick is your opponent probably has direct damage. In this case, it's a fireball, but that's why you have the heal spell. Check out this big line of troops. There's the fireball. You want to have your heal ready. The log does nothing. Another Night Witch. We have 2 mega minions. We have 1 Giant. We have 3 Night Witches right now, guys, and check this out. 3 Night Witches. Another fireball, but look at that. 1 million bats are spawned. Okay, maybe a little less than 1 million, but a lot of bats are spawned, and this is where it's going to be 3-crown city. And check that out, man. I mean, Giant was placed behind the witches so he can tank on the king tower, and boom, it makes it look easy. But that's how you cash in on a huge elixir advantage for a 3-crown victory. This deck is really, really fun and unique. Let's see how he tackles this next opponent here, Frederick. So Frederick, I believe, is playing Musky Battle Ram. So that's going to be the second archetype we're going to take a look at here. And in the beginning, again, you can see Tobi messing around. We all know what he's going to play. It's going to be the elixir pump. Again, all about building up that elixir advantage early on in these matches here. He plays the Night Witch defensively to handle this Battle Ram in combination, excuse me, of the skeletons. Now, it's important, you guys probably already playing the draft challenge, it's important to know that the Night Witch is not the witch. I mean, she can tank a little bit. She's not a tank by any stretch of the imagination, but she's a melee unit. So you're not always going to want to drop her at a safe range, for example, behind your tower like you would a witch. A Night Witch, she can actually tank a little bit, and you can use her bats to distract. So you'll get a feel for when and where to place her as you get more experience with the deck and as you play more Night Witch. She's a different and unique troop in the game, so she does take a little bit while to kind of get a good grasp on how best to use her. And while I'm blabbering about Night Witch here, check this out, guys. 3 elixir pumps on the board here by Tobi. Again, he was able to take the tower in the first 2 minutes, and that's saying a lot because he's not even trying to take a tower. If the opportunity presents itself, sure, we'll cash in. But look at this. This is going to be the monster push. Here it comes again, guys. And he's going against 3 musketeer, which doesn't usually run any spells other than log and sometimes zap, which is the case here. So we already know this is going to be a 3 crown. Check this out. 2 giants, 2 night witches, 2 mega minions, and a billion bats incoming on that left lane there. And you can see, even with the 3 musketeers, he's going to go ahead and drop that heal spell, and this is going to be so difficult. The mirrored, not cloned, the mirrored witch is going to go ahead and be restored back to full HP. She's hanging with 2 mega minions. Here comes another giant, and this is going to be GG again here. I tell you what, look at how strong this deck is, guys. It's incredible. And there it is with the heal again. Now, what Tobi said is once he has all his night witches down, and especially if he knows the opponent has that direct damage spell, he's gonna be hovering his heal spell there. That's basically all he's doing. He's waiting for that direct damage spell to land, and then immediately, whether it's fireball or poison, he's gonna have his heal ready here. So let's see, what do we want to show you guys next? Hog deck? Might as well, right? So this is the Hog Executioner Tornado deck that is really probably one of the toughest Hog decks right now in the meta, but it's no challenge for this deck. So this is an interesting starting hand on Tobi's part here. He's going to have to cycle to the Elixir Pump because he started with Mirror, Arrows, Giant, Mega Minion, nothing too great, a pretty bad starting hand. So he's going to take some damage on that right tower, and then he's going to opt to pump up instead. So he takes a little bit of an early deficit, but again, it's all about the pump in this deck. So he has the mirrored pump selected and ready to go, and there it is. Now his opponent is at full elixir here, so expect another big push. He uses the Night Witch again defensively along with the skeletons. You're noticing a theme here. The Ice Spirit does connect on that witch, and he's gonna end up, is he gonna lose that tower? Just barely hangs on to that right tower, which is good because he wants to protect that pump at the same time. So the Night Witch is probably going to be killed here, and she is indeed. Of course, she does spawn those 4 bats upon her death, and you know, it wasn't a big issue there, but hey, that can be a really good thing, the spawned bats on those big offensive surges that you can get to punish your opponent. Now, of course, Tobi does pump up again. We are only a minute and 15 seconds into this match here, guys. So here comes a giant and a mega minion heading towards the opponent whose name I can't pronounce, and this might be towered down. He opts to mirror that Night Witch to play a little bit of defense on the opposite lane, and then get another push going down the left side. So here comes the left push. Now we have a giant on the King Tower. We have the first Night Witch backed up by the second Night Witch. First Night Witch goes down, but the second Night Witch and the third Night Witch, oh my god, I can't keep track anymore, guys. Here comes the heal spell. Finally, the first heal of the match is going to allow those troops essentially the invincibility ability against that Executioner. He's able to cycle back to another heal, doesn't need it. It's GG. Doesn't even end up losing that right tower. It's another 3 crown for Tobi Spirithawk. So let's go ahead and show against a Golem beatdown deck, because this deck is a pain to deal with, but guess what? No big deal when you're going with the Tobi giant mirror heal Night Witch deck. I don't even know what you'd call this deck. It's certainly beatdown, but it's like a beatdown cycle, I guess Night Witch beatdown heal cycle? I don't even know what you call it. The Tobi deck. I'm going to call it the Tobi deck because I'm not that original. So anyway, the opponent this time pumps first. So Tobi's going to go ahead and get on an early offensive. Now, this is the first time we've seen Tobi be this offensive with this deck this early on. He opts to go ahead and use a heal spell, basically just trying to take this left tower early on in this match once he saw that his opponent was pumping up. Now that he sees the pump, the baby dragon, and the mega minion, Tobi, being a smart player that he is, knows he's going against that Golem deck. So he's going to defend again here with skeletons and Night Witch. Are you noticing a theme in the defense with this deck here? Of course, he could at that point opt to mirror the skeleton or mirror the Night Witch. Instead, he does the smart thing and he reloads with an elixir pump. Now, he has taken the opponent's tower, but he's going to be taking a lot of damage on his left tower as well. Now he has the opportunity to quickly catch up, placing a second pump down. And does he do it? Yes, he does. So a mirrored pump now in the left, and now he has the pump advantage because both of his pumps are close to full HP, while his opponent's one's dying and one's kind of close to half HP left. So here comes the Golem. How is he going to deal with the Golem? Well, he's going to go ahead and play a Giant into the same lane, distracting the Mega Minion. Doesn't get in time to distract the Baby Dragon, but luckily the tower is actually connecting at this point to that Baby Dragon. Using, again, okay, the opponent uses Lightning, so obviously Lightning against Night Witch is normally a pretty good option, but check it out, even with Lightning in the opponent's deck, Tobi's still gonna come through with a 3-crown victory here. It's a beast mode. He's a beast. So anyway, now he has the elixir pump selected. He wants to make sure that those Golemites lock onto the King Tower before dropping it, but unfortunately one of the Golemites goes towards that elixir pump, but he's not doing much damage. It's not going to be a big deal. So now with 3 elixir pumps on the board, ladies and gentlemen, you can tell what's in Tobi's mind. It's time to cash in cha-ching on this really big, massive 3-crown push. And here it comes again. Now the opponent's probably going to try to cycle to Lightning, but at this point in his head, he's going to be thinking, oh my god, I should just go for a 3-crown. There's no way I can defend against this. 3 Night Witches, a Mirror Night Witch, a Mega Minion, 2 Giants. Are you kidding me? All Tobi has to do at this point is distract a little bit on defense, and look at that incredible 3-crown by Tobi Spirithawk against Lady Gaga. Poor Lady Gaga. I can't think of a spiffy line to give you guys. I was gonna do something stupid. Definitely didn't have her poker face. Okay, cringe, forget it. Moving on. What would an episode be of showing against different archetypes without including a Lavaloon example? And this is going to be just that, against Suicidal. So again, starting up with a pump here, you're noticing the trend by now, guys. It's pretty basic, right? Pumping up early, playing defense, and you're gonna be good for the overtime, or excuse me, the double elixir time when you're going to cash in. So again, Night Witch on defense here. Night Witch, definitely not the best defensive unit in the game, but when you have the Giant in front of her, she's amazingly pretty good defensively with those bats. The bats do a lot of damage, and they can be annoying as heck to deal with from the defender's point of view. So he has the Giant already in the lane, which he used for defensive distraction. Might as well go ahead and combo with the Mega Minion and take some HP off that Lava Hound there. Now he knows his opponent's playing a Lavaloon deck. This is an interesting Lavaloon deck. It's almost a Lavaloon cycle deck. He opts to pump up again there, and he's going to use the Night Witch defensively against that Lava Hound. The bats are going to go ahead and take down the pups, take down the bats, and also take down that musketeer. And meanwhile, the opponent does get a balloon to that right side and gets it to connect. So the right tower down to about 1464, exactly 1464 HP. And now it's time, you guessed it, to pump up again. So 2 pumps still on the board right now. Tobi's got to be feeling pretty good here. He doesn't want the opponent to get too much damage to this left tower, so instead of mirroring that pump, he's going to opt to use a Night Witch on defense and then a Giant. So this might be go time, guys. Oh, nope, the Witch died, unfortunately. That was a tough Witch death there, a Night Witch death rather, because that could have been a really lucrative push otherwise. So here comes the Mega Minion behind the Giant, taking down that E-Wiz, but Tobi knows, you know, I'm not going to go all out on this push, guys. I might as well get one more pump on the board, or maybe 2 more pumps on the board. Make it 2. Make it 2. So 4 pumps on the board. Are you kidding me? It's a pump cycle deck, ladies and gentlemen. And now Tobi pretty much already has this match won. Do I say that? Is that irresponsible or incorrect of me to say? What do you guys think? I don't think so. I think if you go into overtime with a 4 pump to 0 lead, I mean, it's just a matter of stacking up your troops, and it's going to be time to cash in for the 3-crown again. Doesn't even matter if he loses that right tower at this point. He doesn't have to play defense there. He can just go ahead and keep piling on these troops, wait for the opponent to use his arrows and his spells, and then heal them right back up. He knows that his towers are going to focus on the balloon first before the Lava Hound, and even before that second balloon can be cycled onto the tower, the match is already over. It's a 3-crown for Tobi Spirithawk. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this deck and this video. I want to give a huge shout out to my boy Tobi for sharing it it. He is on an epic streak of 3 crowns right now. I hope that you're lucky enough to unlock the Night Witch, and when you do, certainly try her out in this deck and let me know what you think. So guys, what do you think? Night Witch OP or Night Witch meh or Night Witch Let me know in the comments below. Huge shout out to my YouTube partner Bren Chong. Huge shout out to all you guys for continuing to watch and supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. So guys, thanks so much for watching, and as always, take care, guys.